Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Caleb, and in this video I'll be giving you tips on how to win the over 2.5 goals betting option. It's a very tricky one, as most times games that we think will offer us more goals tends to offer us less, and the games that we think will offer us less goals tends to offer us more. That is how complicated and tricky the goals betting options are. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be giving you tips that can improve the chances of winning the over 2.5 goals betting option. So please guys, stay tuned and make sure you watch this video till the end so that you don't miss any of these tips. And also give this video a thumbs up if you feel you learned something from it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can become part of this amazing family, and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. So guys, I have 4 betting tips for you to consider whenever you are selecting matches for over 2.5 goals. The first tip is the league table. This is very important because even though the league table shows the overall performances of teams in that league for that current season, there is more to it when it comes to the goals betting option, especially the 2.5 goals. With the league table, we have to go to the goals section of the league table. What do we do with it? For example, let's say West Ham against Nottingham Forest. We want to bet on over 2.5. We want to see if this game is actually worth betting over 2.5 goals in it. We have to make sure we go to the goals section of the league table and then look for the average goals scored and the average goals conceded. That is goals for and goals against. We have to do so for both teams, West Ham and Nottingham Forest. And if we get an average goal scored of 160 for both teams, and also an average goal conceded 160 and above for both teams, then that is a favorable match to bet on over 2.5 goals, because both teams are capable of scoring and conceding in a particular match. So what we are looking for in the league table is the average, on the goal section of the league table is the average goal scored and the average goal conceded for both teams. If they are 160 and above, it's a very good game to bet on. And how do you know the average goals scored and the average goal conceded? You go to the goal section, get the number of goals divided by the number of matches played. You get an average figure. And you do same for the goals conceded. Total number of goals conceded divided by the number of matches played. You also get an average figure. And if they are above 160, then it is a good game to bet on. It has a high probability of getting over 2.5 goals. Now, when we are done with that one, the second tip is the probability of both teams to score. Now, we have ascertained that the West Ham and Nottingham Forest have an average goal scored and conceded of 160 and above. The next one is the probability of both teams to score. That's the next tip. Probability of both teams to score. Now, the fact that we have ascertained that both teams can score and concede goals in a particular match, we also have to look at the current form. How do we know the current form? We go to the last 5 games of those teams. Check the number of goals scored throughout the last 5 games to know if the form they had before, they still maintain that form and are able to live up to the expectation of scoring at least one or more goals in that game. That is how you check on the current form. The current form is not the win. The current form is the number of goals scored, whether win or lose. Are they able to score at least one or more goals in those last 5 matches? That is what you check for in the current form. How they lose and how they won. That is what you check for. The number of goals. And when you get that and you can ascertain that they are capable of scoring at least one goal in the game, then it's also good, because for someone to win that game, for any of those teams to win that game, they have to score 2 or more goals. And that gives you a higher probability of winning your over 2.5 goals in that particular game. The next betting tip is the probability of a first half goal. In as much as we have concluded that they can score against each other, we need to check on the probability of a first half goal. We all know that most goals in football matches are being scored in the second half. But if you can get a first half goal, the probability of over 2.5 goals, the chances are higher if there is a first half goal in the game. So how do you know the probability of a first half goal in that game? We need to check on their scoring pattern of both teams. So you have to check on the scoring pattern of both teams. Do they score more goals in the second half, or do they score more goals in the first half? And now, from their last 5 games on the current form, those goals they scored, how many of them came in the second half and how many came in the first half? We need to check all of these things, and if you can ascertain that at least one team can score at least 1 goal in the first half, then you are good to go, because most likely that game will be over 2.5 goals. Because once there is 1 goal in the first half, when the second half comes in now, the team with the 1 goal lead is trying to solidify their win, while the team 1 goal down is trying to equalize and probably win the game. So you have to ascertain if there can be the probability of a first half goal in the match. And lastly, guys, we have to check on the approach of the teams. That's the game approach. That's the 4th tip, the game approach. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. How do they approach games? Because West Ham plays Nottingham Forest, are they going to play a free-flowing football? Nottingham Forest, are they going to play a free-flowing football? And also you have to check their habits while at home and while away. Check the away team's habit. When they are away, do they fold their shelves? Do they fold in their shelves and try to defend a low block and wait for their opportunity? Or do they still play a free-flowing football? And the team at home, check whenever they are home, do they play a free-flowing football or do they defend and wait for the opportunity? So with the home and away, you have to check on their opponents thoroughly, because the way West Ham can approach a game, home or away, against Nottingham Forest is not the same West Ham will approach a game, home or away, against Manchester City or Arsenal or Liverpool. So you have to check on the game approach. Look at the game and you can ascertain if this game will be a free-flowing game or it will be a one-sided game. So you have to check on that. If it's a free-flowing game, then if it's a free-flowing game with the possibility of both teams scoring against each other, then the game is a good one for over 2.5 goals. But if you feel the game is going to be a one-sided game, then it might likely not be up to 3 goals in that game, because while the other team is defending, the other team might find it hard to score 3 goals past them. So guys, these are 4 tips that we can use to consider when selecting games for our over 2.5 goals bet. Guys, try this. It has been working for me and I believe it will work for you. And that is why I brought it out to you, so you can also determine your games so that you can also determine your game selection through these 4 steps. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll be coming with more and more tips on how to win other options in the betting platform. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stay tuned as I'll be coming with more and more videos. Thank you.